Welcome to Hippie Bliss Travel. This channel is about the hippies traveling the world. We are becoming empty nesters, and now we have the chance to get out and explore. There is going to be a combination of day trips, weekend getaways, and some exotic travel. If you like our videos, please like and subscribe to support us on our journey. Welcome back. Today we are headed to Lake Tahoe, and we woke up to a beautiful day. No clouds in the sky, warm day, and most importantly, the winds had shifted overnight, blowing the wildfire smoke from Oregon in a different direction. The night before, outside the hotel, the air had smelled like a campfire from the wildfires. We were there in September. The husband and I, neither of us had been to Lake Tahoe before. The lake is about a 30-minute drive from our hotel in Carson City. If you go in the summertime like we did, remember the parking lots fill up early. We got there just after 9 a.m., and the beach access areas were filled with families and adjacent parking lots filled. Just something to keep in mind. It was a busy day at the lake. You can tell by not only the number of vehicles going by, but by the number of people walking and biking on the trail. But look how clear that water is. Even though the water looks crystal clear, it is not as clear as it used to be. The first experiment to see how clear the water was in 1873. A white plate was lowered attached to a measured line. The plate glittered 100 feet below the boat that the scientists were using. Scientists started regularly monitoring the water 95 years later, after reports of diminishing clarity. Using roughly the same experiment, water clarity went from 100 feet in 1873 to over 90 feet in the late 1960s and to under 70 feet in 2000. What is causing the loss of clarity? Basically humans. Before large shoreline developments, nitrogen and phosphorus entered the lake slowly. After developments in the area, nutrients entering the lake increased greatly. In the 1990s, efforts were made to slow down the loss of clarity. Everything from changes to the sewer treatment plant to fertilizers being used sparingly are encouraged. But still, a spectacular view. These large boulders are left over from the last ice age, and all of my history lesson information are from these signs that you see when you stop at the parking areas.
sand into one of my pieces going.
In the early 1900s, the first jail was a concrete bunker, and the first constable, named Watson, offered prisoners the offer to sleep on his kitchen floor instead of the jail. The story is the first jail may not have actually housed a prisoner. In 1835, the second full-time peace officer, Harry Joe, designed the second jail with a view of the lake. This is the jail, and today it is used for public storage. We had spent several hours driving around the lake and stopping. We wanted to make one more stop at Emerald Bay on the south side of the lake before heading to lunch. We parked and headed down the trail and saw this sign toward the top. 1 mile down, with a 1,000-foot drop in elevation, there are no rides up. Down is optional, up is mandatory. We went down about halfway. Yes, the walk up was steep.
Right here, no, no, over here.
We stopped at Driftwood Cafe for lunch. It was another warm day, so we went for something light. Sandwiches. They were large servings and delicious. After walking around the strip mall, after eating, we headed back to the hotel in Carson City. This is the view from the highway between Lake Tahoe and Carson City, and we're looking at Carson City in the distance. When we got back to the hotel, we had a nice surprise. The room next to us had a nice dog left alone all day in the room, a little yipper dog that kept barking. After a couple hours of listening to the yipper dog, we stopped by the front desk and were asking them what's going on, and they said the guy had left for the day and left the dog in the room. And then the guy goes, "Yeah, you go on vacation, don't leave the dog in your room. You take it with as a part of your family." So they moved us down the hall to another room. You could still hear the dog barking when we were in the hallway, but you couldn't hear it in the room. And the reason that they changed rooms for us is because we were in the room right next door, so that barking you heard turns out was coming through the wall. Not sure, but it almost feels like we got a little upgrade. Thank you, Hampton Inn and Suites in Carson City, for the room change. The next morning after breakfast, we headed back up through southern Oregon, heading home. This is some of the smoke from the wildfires. Beautiful, but I know deadly at times. This wraps up our vacation to Utah and Lake Tahoe. If you made it to the end of the video, please like and subscribe. This video, I couldn't decide on a favorite picture to end with. So here's another view of beautiful Lake Tahoe. Hope to see you soon.